Hello, my name is Bill Haley, and this is for Haley 2024 The Movement's Government Reform Ideas. Now, this video is going to be on competitive currencies, how we're going to have it fully backed up, how we're going to build standardized units, the valuation of the units. And this video is the 9th of 9 videos, and this is a practical use of competitive currencies. So I broke it up because it's going to be too much for one video, even though we'll try to do one longer video of 45 minutes to an hour. All these videos are going to be done in December of 2021. So by the end of that, look for all my social media sites, or better yet, go to my website and you will see them all there. Let's go through the 9 different videos I've already done, or 8 I've already done, and this is the 9th one. But first, Haley 2024, the movement calls for competitive governance. The banking's going to be no different. Every bank's going to be able to choose which regulatory agency they get to be regulated by. If they go with too low of standards and protections of the customers will go shop other places, and make sure the standards increase, especially with other structures I have within the CRA structure that really give customers really good information about the standards that a bank has or any CRA has. So let's keep on going. The 9 parts will be creating the monetary currency asset portfolio, which is a storeroom of things of value of different assets. And we talk about that. The operations of an MCAP, as you put something of value into the MCAP, you create currency. As you take something out of the MCAP, that storeroom of value, then you that currency vanishes. The back dollar, how we average all 1,000 different currencies, and we sync the value. So everybody has to go with the average. That way, inflation's not even a thing. You can't have inflation underneath this. The gain and loss of assets within the MCAP. We talk about that, and we also talk about what things in the trading market gain and lose value all the time. So what you own doesn't change. What you own can change value. And we talk about how stocks change values, bonds change value, loans, commodities, everything else. Anything that has value changes in value over time, even by the day. MCAP settling up. So when you have 100 or 1,000 different MCAPs, how do you settle up between the two? We talk about that. Assets of an MCAP, we talk about that. We've talked about the different things that could be in there, from commodities to loans to precious metals to stocks, bonds, everything. Keeping the value of the assets honest. I talk about how mechanisms we can use to keep the value honest. The free enterprise accountability is one of the biggest ones, but we have other mechanisms to keep the value honest. The Federal Reserve and the transition, how we do that transition. Now, this video is going to be on the practical use of competitive currencies. So let's go right into the practical uses of it, and how it's going to work. I already talked about most of this within other videos, but these are just additional points because it's a big subject. People will choose what bank they will do business with based on many factors. Banking regulations and the stability of the currency of the bank uses. I said it badly. Banking regulations and the stability of the currency the bank uses will be big factors. So nobody wants to go to a bank that their currency just loses value and you're losing units of currency and your bank account keeps on dropping by 1% every week or whatever. Nobody wants to deal with that. They're going to go with a better bank with better protections for them. When you have a choice of many different banks from many different regulatory agencies, no bank's going to be able to survive and have customers if they don't treat their customers right, have good customer protections for their customers, and to keep their currency stable. So those are big factors in determining what bank I want to use or anybody wants to use. Prices will be listed as the BD. So that's the average. Everybody has to synchronize their values of the units of currency to the average of everything, which is the BD, the back dollar. All currency units must be the same as the BD. So the valuation of the currency units. So just going out and saying it for the 50th time. everybody has to sync their valuation of their units together. So the number of units will change, not the value of the units. The currencies must be easily transferred, meaning one of a few standardized digital coding. So there'll be a lot of ways to transfer assets, but it has to be easy. There'll be a rating floor on there. But the Federal Sector Board dealing with the BD, the straight to BD, they'll have an account with all the MCAPs. They have to. And they'll easily be able to transfer assets easily. But that's going to be a must. And this is almost irrelevant because the Federal Sector Board will handle that, and your bank will handle that. So individual business is not going to have to go to Alaska and say, hey, I'd like to gain assets out of your storeroom. They're not going to have to travel over there, get on a plane, travel over there, all that stuff. No, it has to be easily transferred. People have digital ownership of a stock or a bond or whatever, and they can transfer that easily. So you just have to be in a system where the MCAP has to be able to transfer assets easily. So that's a must. The bank or the MCAP only needs to deal with the Federal Sector Board, not all 1,000 MCAPs. So you don't have to sit there and have relationships with all 1,000 MCAPs, because you just have to have a relationship with the Federal Sector Board, and they'll take care of everything else. Contracts will likely use the BD, but could use a specific MCAP. So contracts, people can make contracts however they want to do a contract, but most of the time I think contracts will be in terms of the BD. MCAPs will likely develop financial instruments called stabilizers that allow people to accept more of the risk of the currency fluctuations, so other people using the currency will have very stable accounts. So some people want that risk. They're willing to accept a lower, a bigger loss, so they can gain possibly that bigger increase. So people want that that higher flexibility, while some people want that super stable. So there will be financial instruments to stabilize the BD. The BD can't, not the BD, but the MCAP's currency. The BD will be extremely stable. I mean, no inflation can be done with the BDs. That's not possible. Anyway, very quick video on there. I just wanted to wrap it up with some major points I wanted to make. This is the 9th of 9 videos. Now I'm going to go into a very long video going over all 9 together in one longer video. I'm going to target 45 minutes to an hour, and let's see how it goes. This is December of 2021, so everything will be on my website by the end of the year 2021. Until the next video.